Right now, the backlash to President Obama's executive actions on immigration are growing more bitter inside our nation's capital. I'm Harris Faulkner. This is the Fox Report. Republican lawmakers talked about it on the Sunday shows. And as we take a live look at the White House right now, some are calling the president's plan to delay the deportation of as many as 5 million illegal immigrants illegal and unconstitutional, among other things. Texas Senator Ted Cruz now says he's in favor of blocking presidential nominees until President Obama reverses course. Others, like Texas Congressman Mike McCall, say the legality will be decided in the courts. And instead, the GOP needs to lay down its own vision for immigration. Watch.
The constitutionality issue will be determined by the courts. I know there are various lawsuits. My state, now governor, attorney general, now governor, is filing a lawsuit against us. The courts will decide that issue. I think it's incumbent upon Republicans to come up with our own agenda, a positive, constructive agenda, which will lead, I believe, with my committee's bill, and that would be the border security bill.
Meanwhile, though, the president is shrugging off GOP criticism in a television interview earlier today, again calling on Congress to pass a bill. Chief congressional correspondent Mike Emanuel joins us now live in Washington. And Mike, you know, this weekend really saw no cooling down at all.
Harris, no doubt about that. President Obama says presidents exercise prosecutorial discretion all the time, but some key border state Republicans are rejecting that claim.
The Constitution gives Congress the authority to establish our immigration laws. And what the president announced this week is a wholesale refusal to follow our immigration laws.
I do think that the president moved beyond his authority, and no less than the Washington Post editorial board has opined about that. Having said that, from my role in the Senate, I think we ought to put legislation on the president's desk. That ought to be the response.
Speaker John Boehner is promising the House will respond to the president going around Congress. While the president has pushed Congress to pass a bill, leadership aides say that isn't true, arguing the White House is threatening to veto any immigration bill it doesn't like. The challenge is finding a consensus legislative response. Harris?
Well, and quickly, I would imagine, you know, Mike, it's interesting to hear some political analysts sort of opine and say on Friday, well, by the time the weekend waves by, this all will be behind us. No one can flip this in the other direction. I'm curious, is the president, are his allies as well going to have to justify going around Congress?
Well, President Obama is pushing back on those saying he's gone beyond his power with his unilateral action on immigration. The president told George Stephanopoulos it's critical to go after the most dangerous illegal immigrants.
What is absolutely true is that we couldn't solve the entire problem and still can't solve the entire problem. But what we can do is to prioritize felons, criminals, recent arrivals, folks who are coming right at the border.
Now Democratic allies are looking ahead to implementation, offering this advice to those eligible under Mr. Obama's plan.
I'm going to say to them, come out, come forward, register with the government, go through a criminal background check. And if you come back with a clean bill of health, I'm going to give you a work permit so you can work and pay taxes just like everyone else in America and get right with the law.
With Congress gone for Thanksgiving, you can bet lawmakers are getting an earful from all sides of this issue. Harris?
Yeah, lots of people off for the holiday and gaining access to their local and national lawmakers, as you're pointing out. Mike Emanuel, thank you very much.